I'm Ishika, and I have put together this video series to walk you through the process I followed during my PhD application cycle. So, if you're somebody who's planning to apply anytime soon, I hope my experience can help you. Just a quick intro before we begin. I'm currently working as a research associate in industry, and I have been working here for the past 2 years. Before this, I graduated from IIIT Delhi in 2023. I was pursuing my bachelor's in technology in computer science and design there. And that was also where I identified my field of research, which is human computer interaction. Last year, which was 2024, I applied for a PhD in different schools, spanning across programs like CS and information science. And I was lucky enough to get some really nice offers. I have finally decided to go to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and I'll be pursuing my PhD in computer science over there. Now, in this series, I will be covering different aspects of my application cycle. Bits like how did I plan my cycle, what did my timeline look like, and what worked in my favor. So, let's get started. In this video, I would talk a little bit about my background. Why did I decide to do a PhD and how did I identify which field I want to do a PhD in? I actually started doing research in my field of interest, which is human-computer interaction, somewhere around the second year of my college. This was around 4 to 5 years ago, so I have been doing focused research ever since then. And while I did not really know what kind of research I want to do in the beginning, I always knew that research is something that really excites me. I've always had a very natural tendency in approaching problems and concepts around me from a very research bent of mind. To me, that means that I liked breaking down the concepts I was taught into smaller fragments, dive deeper into the depth of any subject and try to put together those smaller fragments to make new concepts. The entire creativity and deeper thinking aspects of knowledge really excited me, and I think research gave me a good platform to exercise that. Now in IIIT Delhi, I got introduced to the field of human-computer interaction. And luckily, I had a lot of faculty around me who were also exploring research in this field. This gave me a chance to collaborate with some really cool people, explore different aspects of HCI, and take up research problems that would help me understand what it really means to do research. There were times when I did not have a college faculty who were looking at the kind of problems I was interested in. So at that time, I would reach out to people outside of my college. This could include professors or professionals who are working in research and try to collaborate with them. So over the past 4-5 years, I identified that research is something that really makes me happy. I feel like it's really engaging and I can do it for a living. This sort of pushed me to think more about how I can pursue research as a career option. Now, how did this convert to my decision of going for a PhD is what comes next. To be honest, last year around February, I didn't really know what it means to do a PhD. I just knew that people who are serious about research like me really end up going for a PhD. So I started learning more about it. The one thing that I understood through my entire process of learning more about it was that if you do want a career in research, a PhD is kind of a must. This was a very practical take on wanting to do a PhD. Moreover, diving deeper into research and working with different kinds of people made me realize that I have my own limitations when it comes to the knowledge I have. There are so many frameworks, theories that I don't know of because I never really did research in a very formal, dedicated kind of a setting. So I thought a PhD program which would help me dedicate to learning more about research in general for the next 5-6 years would really help me become a better researcher and also prepare me better for the kind of career options I want. And this led me to this decision to apply for a PhD. However, I do want to mention that this was a very personal motivation. And if you are also somebody who is going to apply, or you just want to know more about what it means to do a PhD, your motivation could be very different. I think it all boils down to wanting to do research, and for a long time. Of course, you would need to know a lot about what it means to do a PhD because it's a big commitment, but that should not scare you from exploring more about your interests. So last February was when I decided that I want to apply for a PhD. And in the coming videos, I will walk over the entire timeline I followed from around March to December, which was the beginning of my PhD application cycle and the end of it. And how did I divide this entire process into phases, and what all I did across these different phases. So, I hope this series will help you, and see you in the next one.